Hello, welcome to exercises 6C and 6D. Um, Following up on the last video, which was an introduction to the topics of the chapter, mainly grammar. No, excuse me, gender is the new thing introduced in this chapter. So 6C asks you to identify some gender stuff, I believe. So let's see. Read each sentence aloud. Identify the adjective in the noun that it modifies or describes using the ending on the adjective. Determine whether the noun it modifies or describes is masculine or feminine. Okay, and then translate the sentence. All right, so we got two things to do here. Well, a few things to do. Identify adjective, identify gender of the noun that adjective modifies, and then translate. So I'm going to give you 4 out of 10 for this one here. So we'll start with the first one. Cornelia magnum fragorem audit. Now keep in mind, remember from the last video I said nouns have a natural, well, I don't know if you would call it natural, but they have a given gender. Nouns have a solid gender, and adjectives only have gender based on the nouns that they modify themselves. They're sort of like they're free agents. They can be feminine, they can be masculine, they can also be neuter. Neuter hasn't been covered yet in this book, so for now you're looking for masculine or feminines. So the word fragor, or here in its direct object form, is fragorem, and this happens to be a masculine word, and you can tell that because the adjective that modifies it has a masculine. That's an identifiably masculine ending there. Fragor M is from the third declension of nouns, and you can't easily identify the gender of third declension nouns because they can be either masculine or feminine. But you can tell that this is a masculine noun based on the fact that it's modified by magnum, and magnum is definitely a direct object masculine form there. So Cornelia, so the noun is fragorem. No, what do we have to do here? Identify the adjective. Okay. So adjective noun, obviously, and then it's masculine, and then we translate it and we'll say Cornelia hears a loud, I'm going to put in parentheses, big crash or big noise or crash, I think. So magnum, we wouldn't say a big crash. We would say well, I guess you could say a big crash, but typically if it's something like a sound or a voice, then we'll say loud. But typically magnos or magna means big. So number 2, pueri sunt laeti. Pueri is the noun here. That means boys. And the form of lightus or laita here is laiti because pueri is plural. So we don't say pueri sunt laitus, we say pueri sunt laiti. Again, one of the aggravating things about Latin is there's so many, well, challenging. I shouldn't say aggravating. I'm a teacher after all, but so many changes to the ends of words, and we can't have a singular adjective modifying a plural noun here. So plural adjective, plural noun. Pueri sunt laeti, the boys are happy. Simple enough. The boys are happy. Once again, keeping in mind that Latin does not have articles, but we supply them in English because we don't want to sound like cavemen. Boys are happy. So we say the boys are happy. So there we have pueri is the noun. If you don't know that boys are masculine, then the ending on it shows that it is. This is only a masculine ending, laiti. If it were feminine, if boys were puelli instead, this would be puelli sunt laitai, and that would both end with an AE. That when I say I don't mean this letter I mean the I sound AE. Number 3, puella solicita magnam vocem audit. Okay, so here we have a couple of nouns and a couple of adjectives. So we have to keep in mind a few things. One, the adjective modifying the noun usually comes after the noun. So here we have an example of that. Puella solicita, the worried girl. And then we have something that breaks that rule. So again, Latin, wonderful for breaking rules as well as creating many, many rules, also good at breaking them. Here we have an adjective that comes before its noun. the adjective big often does precede the noun that it modifies. So endlessly frustrating, endlessly aggravating, endlessly challenging, and at the end of it, you're a superior scholar. But in the meantime, you got to sweat it out. Puella solicita magnam vocem audit. So puella is one noun, and vocem is the other noun. This means girl. This means voice. The adjective modifying puella is solicita. It is a feminine because puella is feminine. And then we have vocem is a voice. And how do we know what that vocem is a feminine word? Because it's got an adjective with a feminine ending associated with it. So the worried or the nervous girl hears the big voice or the loud voice. Write that one down. The worried girl hears a loud, in the sense of big, big in the sense of loud, I should say, voice. That's got to be Cornelia under the tree when she got that funny look on her face. Let's see if we can find her. No, that's a different chapter. Sextus is up in the tree and he screams, and Cornelia has that startled, funny look on her face. Okay, so then for magnum clamorem non amat davus. Incidentally, I'm not writing in the nouns and the genders here, but I am saying it, so hopefully you're noting that. Magnum clamorem non amat davus. So another word order sentence here for you. Is it that the big noise does not like Davos? No. Davos is the subject here. He's got the subject ending on it, and magnum clamorem is the direct object, as seen by these M's here. So Davos does not like the big noise or the loud noise. So we've got two nouns in this sentence. One is clamorem, which does have an adjective modifying it, magnum clamorem. And incidentally, we can tell that clamor or clamorem here is a masculine noun because is a masculine ending. And this is all detailed up here, just once again for reference. Magnum clamorem non amat Davos. Davos does not like the. Davos does not like the loud noise. Lots of magnum. So yeah, I guess that's maybe that's the point here. Magnum. I guess that's it. No, there's another one right here. All right. So anyway, that's 4 from 6C, and I'm going to stop there since I hope you have the idea of how to do it now. And then we'll just do 2 from 6D. So we'll say 1 and 2. Using story 6 as a guide, give the Latin for. Okay, always again the fun thing. Writing in Latin, challenging. Marcus is sleeping because he is tired. So let's break that down into sections here, into meaningful sort of sections. We got Marcus is sleeping. I'm sectioning these off by word. Like each one of these in its own place here is one Latin word. Because he is. So each one of these is a Latin word, as you'll see right now. Marcus is sleeping. That's done with one word. Marcus dormit, because quod. He is tired. Then we could say es defessus, or we could just say defessus est, following better Latin word order. Quod, right? Okay, Marcus dormit quod defessus est. So Marcus is masculine, therefore we're going to have this masculine ending on this adjective. Note, and once more, there is a difference between is sleeping and he is, right? Here, is used as a helping verb, and we do not use it in Latin. Is sleeping, or just sleeps, right? Is dormit. But when you say he is, and then we have an adjective, then we have to have the verb for to be, which is est here. Quod defessus est. So, is sleeping versus is and tired. Hope that'll sink in after a while. Number two, the energetic slaves are not sleeping. Let's see, the energetic slaves are not sleeping. Are, I'm going to put not. No, this is going to be kind of challenging, actually. All right, this is going to sound like nonsense, but this is one Latin word, so I didn't want to put this into the middle of that there. So let's just see how this plays out in Latin. No, no, no articles, so we skip that. Energetic slaves, they're the subject here, so we're going to have strenui servi. Don't be thrown off by that two vowel thing there. That might look weird, but that's the right way. So servi strenui. I've already broken a rule here. Sorry, I gotta say this. Servi strenui, because most adjectives come after the nouns that they describe. Non dormiunt. So that's why I put the not before the not are sleeping. Doesn't really make sense in English, but non dormiunt, because this are is a helping verb. We don't need a sunt here. No sunt. Non sunt dormiunt. We don't do. Non dormiunt. They are not sleeping. Okay, that's it. 6C and 6D. Good luck with everything else, and as ever, contact me with questions.